Hey, what's up, guys? I'm on vacation this week, so you might notice that I'm in a different location. My appearance is a bit different. I'm actually in Dominican Republic for the next few days, but I still feel the urge, the need to answer your questions via YouTube. So I found a really interesting one here that I could not help myself but to answer. It comes from our buddy Stephen. And Stephen, check this out, really interesting situation. He's 21 years old. He's been dating a woman for 3 years. Now the thing is, Stefan is still a virgin, right? So he's adopted this philosophy of celibacy, and it's due to his being a Christian. This is what he's decided to do with his life. The thing is that he's in love with a woman who has had lots of sex before he started dating her. Now, the conflict of interest here is such that he wants to be a man, and every man has a strength of conviction in some way, shape, or form. And I've talked about the power of conviction in other videos. Just go and look at them. But a person with conviction, strength of conviction, is a person that demands, or not even demands, because demand kind of means like you're asking for, but commands respect in every regard. You know a man with conviction because his strength of character precedes him. He walks in, and whatever he has to offer, people are willing to at least consider because of the strength of his own conviction. The way you feel about and project your conviction influences other people and how they respond to you. This is very important because when you've got a woman who has had sex that you're now in love with, and she has experienced manliness in the physical sense. In other words, sexuality by physical insertion by another man. You would tend to think that she can't experience you as a man, and that perhaps you'll always be less of a man in her eyes compared to the man that she's had sex with, right? This is the way you would typically look at it, and I could see that this is why you're having anxiety. This is causing you anxiety. A man has been manly with her, right? Put himself in her, whereby you have not, and perhaps in her eyes, that makes him more of a man than you. Now, this is very interesting, very important. Sexuality is not confined to penis, vagina. Sexuality is an energy. So you have a masculine energy and you have a feminine energy. You could be a man and have a very feminine energy, and you could be a woman and have a very masculine energy. There is characteristics of one who carries themselves with one of, or a balance, which is the way we should evolve, of the two. So for you to continue to be or build up the masculinity in yourself and in her, you've got to hold very tight to your conviction. Conviction, strength of conviction, and a dogged determination to live it and project it is very, very manly. Very masculine for you to be celibate. Not because of the celibacy itself, but because of your strength of conviction about the celibacy. And a woman who's very feminine, a feminine energy woman, is a woman that wants a man who's convicted, wants a man who is strong in his conviction, who has belief. Right? So you call yourself a Christian, so you're familiar with the Bible, and in the Bible, I don't know where, I'm not a Bible scholar, I just got bits and pieces, but it talks about how men are to love their women, women are to respect their men. A lot of people get that confused. They think it means that a woman has to yield to the neurotic demands of a male, which is not true. If a man loves a woman, he's going to lead her properly. He's going to love her. He's going to give himself to her and move in a particular direction that's resourceful for the relationship. And a respectful woman is one that has enough trust in her man that she's going to yield. And these words have so much negative association with it, but it's unfortunate that it does. Yielding is very powerful. Right? So it almost sounds like, a woman needs to just be dragged around by a man. That's not the case. But as a unit, the male penis drives forward, moves forward. A yielding woman is one that has enough trust in that man that she'll allow him to lead. If you're a woman who has experienced the physical insertion of another man, can physically or could energetically, psychologically, emotionally allow you to insert yourself into her. You see? Right? Now, because this is a metaphor for sex, but it's still very sexual for you to insert yourself via your conviction and her to yield to it. You're still making the strongest love that you could actually make to this woman. The sexuality that you're sharing with her through your strength of conviction and her willingness to yield and move in a resourceful direction with you is the greatest of all sexual activity.